Okay, so late update for Mara stock, maybe even other miners, Riot and other third one, I don't remember the name. But anyway, so Mara, let's talk about Mara first and then we'll jump into the next ones. So today, yeah, it did come down chart wise. We did update it to today. I did make a video in the morning when I was trading at this level. So it held. So first 3 hours dump, and for the rest of the day it kind of chopped. Volume 133 million shares traded today. And I was going to okay, let's go take a look at right here. Total short volume reported. Again, I have told you guys many times that CBOE, there are exchanges, right? NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange. So CBOE stopped reporting that. That's why we have 74, so out of 133 total. So maybe these guys cleared almost more than half of it. I mean, less than half of it, the volume today. That's why we have total reported volume. And from that volume, I'm just going to judge it by that volume. Significant drop in total short volume, 38% from 74 million reported by NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, all these guys who shared the data, okay? And it's 29th of February. So, and then what did I do? So, I am 100% sure now that, well, okay, 38% people short, maybe, let's say 45%, right? But most of the sellings came from them basically after filing S3, the filing, SEC filing that they're gonna do offering. So they did file this in the morning, right? S3, shelf offering, filing date, 29th, and immediately they dumped, in my opinion, about half a billion. Basically, they raised today, in today's price action alone, they raised about $500 million. I'm gonna go to Marathon outstanding shares chart for 1 year. We're just looking at 1 year because they have done offerings. These stocks for me, since I have been trading 2016, I have known the stock for a while, right? And I have known these stocks as a penny stocks, okay? And penny stocks usually have very small outstanding shares, and that's why they move crazy, and small market cap. At the moment, market capitalization of this stock, what, 5.5 billion or so. Outstanding shares, 222 million. So I went back to at least look at the last time they did an offering. And well, unfortunately, I don't have the recent data. I know they did offerings around these levels as well. They raised about 750 million, but I was able to trace just this part where they did an offering at 9s and 10s, and at that time, outstanding shares increased. So the last time, at the moment, 222 million outstanding shares, and it was November 6th. You can see how outstanding shares, I mean, if you guys don't know, I'm using Y charts, okay? So this is a chart of outstanding shares, how they changed. How outstanding shares changed through since 2020. A lot of people who are trading Mara right now compare it to like the way it moves. The point of this video, the more outstanding shares stock has, the less range it's going to have, okay? It will be a little bit more liquid, but it will have less shares traded. And it takes a lot of volume to move a stock versus when it has lower float. So it's for those people who think that, okay, it will be easy for the stock to go back to the way it moved right here when it was $2 when I was watching in 2020 all the way to 55 and then 83. It's not going to move like that anymore because we need to see a lot more capital involved right here, right now, because they diluted you guys so much. Okay, and it's not only Mara. Look at the outstanding shares from 2020, 8.5 million to 220, and this 220. So the point of this video. So if they're trying to raise 1.5 billion right now, I'm assuming that they're gonna dump another 50, 60 million shares on you guys. This is CleanSpark, another miner. Look at the outstanding shares just from 2022, right? Of course, they're going to do offering. Do you think that at high interest rate environment, they're going to go borrow money at insane rates? No, they will do offering. They will dump shares. Riot Platforms, another miner. Since 2021, okay, we can go 5 years back. Since 2019 actually, when outstanding shares were 25 million, 10 times more right now. Volume 253, and they said they're going to raise money as well. And these companies, these miners, they all have a similar market capitalization. Mara is twice as bigger as Riot shares platforms, but Riot and CleanSpark, they're pretty much same market cap. But just keep an eye on it. But I'm sure we're not going to get recent data. But if I'm right, in the next few weeks, you will see the outstanding shares increase. And I'm just guessing that they dumped right here about 500 million. But that's the update for Mara. Chart-wise, I still think that it can come down. I did later in the day, I did buy some YOLO tomorrow puts, assuming that it might test this 50-day moving average yellow line right here. If it doesn't, that's okay. It's just a small amount. I don't care. But another thing I need to mention here is okay, let me go there. Amount of call buying that happened in Mara today. So there are a lot of, so that explains it to me that a lot of the dumping came from the Mara itself. They did dump shares. Okay, people didn't short it as much as they did a few other days back. Mara options. Okay, options, option market today. Where's the volume? Okay, here it is. So, well, it's covered calls. But anyways, we can just take a look at it here. Maybe I'll do an update tomorrow. But 674 calls, 674,000 calls were traded versus 307,000 puts. And according to the charts.com, most of it was sells, covered calls into April, assuming that they will decay, they will lose value, and people were choosing 32 strike. Okay, makes sense, close to the money. And I don't know how much they collected. Okay, $3.7. So IV was pretty high, makes sense. But I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. And I saw some decent, like if you just go, okay, I didn't want to make this video too long, but okay, let's take a look at the volume. So there were people who were coming in to March 35, 40 calls. Like, these are naked calls. There are not that many spreads. When I see not that many spreads here, either they're covered calls or naked just puts and calls, and a lot of retail just trading it. Okay, crazy retail trading it. 50% of the float owned by institutions. Not a convincing to me, but that is what it is. 40% owned by, I think, retailers, 10% by the insiders. But yeah, I think it can bounce, but I don't know how fast it will be it will digest all this offering. That's the point. But I will cover in the next few days for sure. But that's the video for Mara, another update, late night update. But thanks for watching. See you in the next one.